Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm going to show you how to start up the Jetrits. This is what we use for all of our large printing. It's a 2-bed printer. We have all this cool nice behind you. I'm going to show you the first thing we do when we start it up is we're going to purge all the ink that's been sitting in there, and we're going to wipe it. We got the head height set at 100 right now, so you're going to be able to see the ink coming down. Go ahead and get this going. When I go into purge, you're going to see it down here in this left-hand corner, this button right here. So when you come in the morning, you're going to click this button, and you're going to go up to here. It says all purge, and that's going to let all these guys go for 2 seconds. Click on it. It's going to say ink supply disabled. Do you want to enable? Yes.
See the ink there on the print heads now. So now we're going to go ahead and wipe it away.
We got these cloths. They're really silky. They're Berkshire wipes, and they're really nice and soft for wiping the print head. You don't want anything too abrasive. I'm going to show you how to get it ready. You take it here, and I just put it on my leg like this, and I just kind of fold it over itself. So it's kind of like a tortilla or a fruit roll up, and then I stretch it and just rub it on my leg for a second to make it nice and flat. And that's what you want, just a really nice and flat area. You're gonna rub the print head in this motion just really quick, not applying too much pressure.
It's a rolling motion to right.
I always go left to right, and I just get it on there and wipe it forwards. And you're gonna be left with that little smear, and then you're gonna have 2 of each color, cyan, then we'll go into the magenta, yellow, and the black. After we've purged and wiped, we're ready to print now, but the first thing we've got to do is set the head height. Right now it's at 100, and we're going to lower it down to 4.2. It's going to be right above the chloroplast material that we're going to print on. It's a very fine line. You don't want too much room, but you want it just enough that it's going to clear all the edges and not get caught. 0.2. Set head height. And you see the Z-axis on the head height is going to start coming down. It's really important so you don't hit the material. You're just barely above it, so it inks. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to turn the lamp on. The lamp's going to cure the ink while it sprays down, and the UV lamp is right here in the right hand corner, and you just come over here and you click on it, and it takes a long time to come on because it's got to heat up and get going. But if you don't turn the lamp on, the ink's just, it's not going to be cured. It's just going to be a big watercolor mess on there.
You can see that while they're grayed out, they're off, and once they turn orange, they are on.
The next thing we're going to do in the printing process is we want to get a really good idea on how the print's going to turn out, so we do a nozzle check. We already got the material laid down. We just got to place it and go through the computer. Right here in the bottom left-hand corner, it says Offset Nozzle Check. If you click on that, it brings up this chart. The X and the Y are in relation to the up and down on the table. We start doing nozzle checks at 20, and I've already done 2.
That's 20 millimeters, right?
Yes.
So that is determined by these numbers here. So we got 1, here we got 10, 20, 30, 50, 60, 70. They're a little hard to see because we got them a little caked on with some of the chemicals that we use to wipe our boards down.
We go in increments of 80. So the next one, we're on our third, it's going to be 180. This X position is never going to change. That's always going to be 20. But the Y we go in increments of 80. So So we did 20, we did 100, this is 180. This is going to be the third one down. After you put the measurements in here, you click the Nozzle Check button. I always double check and make sure the head height is correct. And it'll ask you again to say yes. And then it's going to do a nozzle check. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to check all the colors, make sure there's not any huge gaps. You can see one or two here, but if you look back in the past, those have always been there, and the other colors kind of cover it up. We're looking for huge gaps. You take your blue light here. The last thing you want to do is you want to check the yellow. Shows up in the blue light really well, and that's looking good. And then if everything looks good, you always want to date it, so you can always go back and check. 9, 19, 17. And what did we do? We did an all purge on every color. So you just write down all purge. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start printing. We got 4mm Coro down here. You got to make sure it's right in the stops. This is the first one right here. You see how it's inside. And then we got another one down here. I'm going to have to put an adhesion promoter on to make sure the ink cures to the board. But before we do that, I'm going to turn on the vacuum so when I'm wiping it, it's not sliding around. So it's going to get just a tad loud. I come over here and hit vacuum. And you can hear that suck the board down. It's going to keep it nice and stable. I come over here, we use these rags, and I'm just going to spray it a couple times. I go up and down, make sure I get enough on there, and then I start wiping it. I usually go around the border first. That's where, if anyone has touched it or grabbed it, where they touch it the most. And then I go back into the center. And then I scrub this border one more time. It's going to dry really quick, but you still want to blast it with the air hose. The air hose right here. And I do this for two reasons. First of all, it's going to help dry it. And second of all, if there's any little dust or fuzzies or anything else floating around, it's going to spray everything off. I'm going to go ahead and start printing. We made this special sign for you guys. As you can see, it's at 0x and 0y. That's this corner right here. It's kind of turned around and upside down. This corner right here is actually this corner right here. We'll put it right in 0x and 0y.